Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review of Annual. This is a brief review of Ellen Knight versus Cardona from Smackdown in the John Cena last time was now tournament. And I actually made the mistake in the intro as it was actually Matt Cardona competing under the Zack Ryder name. But yeah, in any case, I was half right in regarding my conversation with Sean, 'cause I said Matt Cardona would be one night's opponent, and it turned out to be Zack Ryder, so I was 50% correct on that one. But in any case, as you know, Ellen Knight came out first, and we were like, who's the mystery opponent? And then a remix version of the Zack Ryder theme and then we get the Ryder in the match itself. I thought was a pretty fun match, good back and forth. So you don't need all the technique wrestling. You have choreography actually point out that Matt Cardona has been competing in the F matches and like epic matches and Andes all over the world since his departure, and it was 5 years since um since Zack Ryder match on Smackdown. He was one of the very early releases. He was one of the very early releases in the lockdown era. But a good bit of back and forth, some close near falls from Ryder. Ryder actually hit the Borowski and the offer either even attempted an unpredictable horn tribute of and tribute to his wife who is Chelsea Gordon who competes on SmackDown. So yeah, good back and forth early in the night. Smashes Ryder's head on the announce table. That was pretty fun. Later on in the match, Ryder or it sort of Ryder from the top rope, but as oh, and they encountered into BFE to get the win. And I have to actually say, you guys know how much of a big L in the right fan I am, but I'm also a big Matt Cardona fan, so this match was right up my alley. Eh, to be honest, and I really did enjoy the Zack Ryder character. The problem actually was back in the 2010s. Obviously, Zack Ryder's booking was horrific actually, and embarrassed them on several occasions. Even if Torres kicked him in the balls upset him. WrestleMania 20. That's one of the moments that infuriates me as a Cardona fan, as he was embarrassed on the biggest stage and all of it. So, and then he really didn't deserve that. To be quite honest, the guy is talented. Um, the guy is talented. He's proven he got himself over after his YouTube shows zero on Island Roadhouse. Worry that is a great YouTube show, then WWE bought him um out his YouTube channel and his show. They took the US out off him very uh, they as I said, they had Eve Ores and Barrisum. I, I know that he had a brief partnership with Joe Roll. He he had a brief intercontinental title and WrestleMania 32. He won the ladder match to the surprise of everybody. But but he then lost to them as the next night on the Raw as a result of Arise's interference. It gave the title to them as and then pretty much it was a solid but down the card. The only other highlight after all this is a short tag title and if his real life best friend Hawkins who is Ryan who's done some stuff with Yenny and GFW. That will that will last maybe 8, 9 years or so since his release, and yeah, and the two host of a very interesting podcast called the Action Figure Podcast. I know Sean might be a hear of that, but yeah, this guy is somebody that has been that I've found entertaining for a few years, and now like nearly 10. Um, you've also had um, you've also had um show up in MLW. Yeah, and he even had a match in NXT against Josh Higgs not too long ago on that 8th episode under his real name at Cardona and the TNA Invasion crossover off. That was actually a really good match, and he's also the current JCW champion. So this guy has actually built up a resume, and he's got 13 new shots in WWE shot WWE are sort of capitalising now similar to the Hendry WrestleMania t-shirt. Now in terms of the result of the match itself, it was pretty expected. Mark Cardona as a free agent and LA Knight as a full-time roster member. But in terms of LA Knight, he's my favourite on the WWE in roster. All the guys got all the charisma, etc. And you knew who he was going to win. But the match itself, I thought it was a fun sort of old school sort of sports entertainment-esque match. Two guys I really enjoy tuning into professional wrestling, and and it was and it was the best match on the show. You got some nice pictures Cardona and of Cardona and Chelsea Green backstage, and it's a bit ironic that we reviewed a Chelsea Green match just the last week, and then now we have spoken a bit about and now we have spoken about a Mark Cardona, aka Cardona match in the space of in the space of 7 days. It's actually pretty easy, but yeah, I really enjoyed the match. Um, obviously, Zach Ryder was included because of his um history with Cena. Obviously, yeah, obviously Cena was in this storyline and it kind of rhythm Zach Ryder. He was basically on and the embrace his storyline from Cena in that to me is what the Zack Ryder character the original and it was a real shame because I really did enjoy the Zack Ryder or character back then. It just actually showed even back then how much Vince McMahon was out of basically. He didn't like the fact that a guy like Zack Ryder got himself over without the aid of Vince McMahon. It just showed how much of a old he was, and yeah, it was kind of pathetic, but in terms of the result, Elwin, advances to the next round of the tournament, and yeah, and it was a cool moment and congratulations to Zack Ryder, my one again on another very successful WWE if a eating some arch I really enjoyed it I really enjoyed it as I said it was the best was the best part of the show and yeah I would encourage Sean to check it out a bit nostalgic actually and um also you can kind of see why you can kind of see why there's a kind of sauna but is kind of um is kind of enough enough uh, here because of its only with the history of John Cena and of the tournament being the right to face Cena in his final match and yeah, and as I've said guys as I've said guys I really do enjoy talking about different matches and segments on a show, especially because the majority of SmackDown has been pretty much forgettable. Oh, but this was actually the best part of the show, and yeah, as I've said, I really enjoyed it, and congrats to Zachary he came Cardona on a triumphant return. And yeah, remember guys to like, share and subscribe and tell the bell to be notified that any new content. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video next week. Um, thanks, um, um, thanks, for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time.